Hello, welcome back to the next episode. It's been quite a while. I am in a potion room that I created at some point in the last week or so. I have started and stopped recording that many times in the past couple of weeks. It's been ridiculous. And I said last time my computer moved. Well, it's moved again. So in this space, I definitely have a lot more privacy. Not that I need it. My family is awesome, but I feel more comfortable recording in, in not being listened to. So this is nothing fancy. Well, I consider it pretty fancy, but I stole this idea off a post I saw on Pinterest with the nether wart below with the glass base and all this sort of stuff I added myself. I didn't want to do the whole realistic thing with benches and taps and sinks and whatever else, because to me I love Minecraft and the abstract nature of it. So I don't want to have a realistic kitchen or build. I just want something that's really cool. So water source. I had this here because I thought you could fill bottles from this, which you can, but the water drains, so it's kind of pointless. So I've just left it there anyway. Obviously, you can add more of these. I've been starting to collect all and reassign things that were in the main storage area down there and putting them into here, which is cool. And it's just started doing some basic potions, which, I don't really use a lot of potions anyway. So I guess it's just one of those things to sort of have and to keep, going, I guess. So I want to figure out some way or something to do here. And this is just down from the storage room, which obviously still needs a lot of work and nothing's been done with that. That's I just wanted to get some glowberries, so this is the quickest point. I put them there and I'll grow that there. But eventually, as I said before, I don't know if I did in a published episode or not, but I would like to continue, hallways in the mountains through here to have all underneath. So if I, go out, for example, fly up. So the idea is, so this is a big U shape all this way. It goes all the way over there with the trading hall in the middle. So directly under here is where the storage area is. You can see the beacon. So just do hallways throughout this entire mountainside, eventually snaking around, I guess. So yeah, that's the plan. How I do that, I don't know. And I want to start, because I've built quite a few things while I've been away. I built a blaze farm, I built a froglight farm, all very simple designs I stole or copied off YouTube. This is something I did originally when I very first got to this world a long time ago. And I guess I just want to make it a little bit pretty. So I'm just thinking of a roof of some kind. Just slanted roof, nothing too fancy. And just keeping it enclosed. I don't know if I'll keep the fences or not, but yeah, I'll figure it out as we go along. So yeah, other than that, life's going along pretty cruisy. I got a new job, which should be interesting. I start that in about a week. So yeah, I'll be back to limited Minecraft time during weeknights and weekends, but that's okay. It is what it is. So I'm going to get some planks to start with, and I want to work on something. I don't know how to do this entryway in here, so it won't be anything too fancy, but I will grab some slabs, sorry, not planks. And I'm thinking about just doing it the same type of wood, I guess. So I need more stairs. Just thinking of doing it in this color, and nothing fancy again. Just to differentiate it, I guess. Stairs. So you'll see what I mean in a second. So it'll only be very quick. And what's the side? It's spruce wood, I believe. So spruce is this one. Yep. Just to do the same side as the hallway, I guess, in the walls part. Or should I do it in a different color? I don't know. Let's just put this down to begin. Now, I made this at the same level, which is probably a mistake. However, in saying that, I'm just thinking something like this. And, the platform in the middle. Just keep it simple. So yeah, you've got that raised part which differentiates it, which wasn't on purpose. Like, it would have been cool if it was the flat level. But I don't want to lose this part, and I don't want to obstruct the view, because when I created it originally, I just put glass around just to do it. And The original intent was to put solid blocks or carpets on these sort of either this outer layer or both second two layers. But I like the fact that you can see from top to bottom. And I think that is a good effect. So I don't want to obstruct that. So this is what I'm thinking about just for this for now. And we'll make it work. And this I need to do something with. What yet, I don't know, but let's just start with the spruce walls. The stripped spruce walls. Okay, that's the same level as that. So do I want to... I probably want to put a roof or something up here, don't I? See how this looks. Yeah, that'll do. I mean, I like it because it creates, you know, breaks it up a little bit. So that's cool. I just need to figure out something for the roof. So maybe a bunch of stairs that curve around like this. Oops. Perfect. And then this one can be, let's just see. Well, I was going to say just do this to there. I'll go back and get some more and do it that way. So on a different topic, TCGs or collectible card games. Now I've never, again, it's something else I've been hugely interested in life, but never got into for reasons of, you know, because it's expensive, you know, I lived a lot of my time in places that didn't have shops that sold it, which is no excuse when you can get posts and stuff. Anyway, so I love the concept of Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, all that sort of stuff. I've never got into Pokemon, although I love the idea of it. And Magic the Gathering I love as well, but never got into it and struggled to... Yep, perfect. Yep. That's perfect. We'll keep that like that. That's perfect. Yeah, I like that. Excellent. So, you know, I've collected a few Commander decks and had the basics of understanding of how to play, but never really played it. And I really don't like going to those stores where people go and play it. I don't know why. It's my own bias more than anything. A lot of them are newbie friendly, and you know they've been good experiences, but it's not my cup of tea. Which is why, you know, if I ever owned a store, I would love to, you know, do it properly and have that. So, look, this is a stereotype. It's my channel. I'll say it if I want. I don't care. But I don't really want the fat, sweaty nerd effect. Now, does that sound bad? Yes, absolutely. It sounds bad. Let me kind of do this. I'm thinking of the roof out there. I want these as a roof. And then, but how do I hold it up afterwards? I'll have a look. So that's why I don't go to them. It's not because of prejudice or anything like that. Or it's not my cup of tea. Bedtime or anything like that. I don't really feel comfortable going there, and I don't enjoy it. My ideal way to play games, any game, is with friends or family at home or someone's home or out and about. But with people I know, and yes, if you go to enough stores, you'll get to know people, and those friendships will form. But I feel more comfortable and play with people I know. So I guess that's what's kept me from playing or getting into them. But I've still bought decks and collected them from time to time, as phenomenally expensive as it is. So, and I love Lorcana. That Lorcana is a Disney one that came out. I don't like Disney as a company at all, but I love. Oh, actually, that looks pretty cool. Maybe I should do it from this corner here, like diagonally opposite. But I love to get into Lorcana. I haven't bought. I only really buy the starter decks because again, I haven't really played much with people. But you know, so I love that. And there was a new game based on League of Legends, Rift something. I forget. So the idea is it's going to come up at an angle. So let's make that 6 high for now, I guess. And I thought, oh, that'd be really cool to collect because I love collecting them. And like the artwork per se, I think it's pretty cool. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I think that one comes out. That one doesn't come out till the end of October. I'm not sure if that's the US or here. More than likely, it's going to be here. But wherever it is, it's going to be behind the rest of the world. We always fall behind Australia when it comes to these things. Unfortunately, get left out last and everything, and yet the cost doesn't change. For some reason, digital products, for example, digital games, even though they're digital, cost twice as much in Australia as, well, up to twice as much in Australia as everywhere else in the world or many other places in the world. It's so unfair. It makes no sense whatsoever. Absolute price gouging from companies, in my opinion. But that's what I wouldn't mind getting into is, that TCG space. I've always been interested into it. And, along with RPGs and things, I just bought, even though I probably never play it, the Starfinder 2nd edition rulebooks. Now, this is going to be a problem. And I do want to create a separation between the two. So I will clear this out a little bit. Starfinder 2nd edition, because I just like collecting. I remember that one of the biggest regrets I have, and it's not so much a life, but I remember seeing D&D books when I was a kid and loving the idea of it, but never buying it, because obviously as a kid you got no money anyway. But I'm sure if I expressed the desire and the want to do things like that, my parents would have absolutely bought them for me, or for presents, Christmas, birthdays, whatever. And I wish I'd done it, because those things are so valuable, even just sentimentally these days. So I like to buy stuff while I can to collect, so that I have these things in the future. Oops. So things like the Starfinder, D&D, anything D&D start, and like I bought the Pathfinder books. Oh, nearly jumped off then. So they're things that I really sort of like doing, collecting and playing if I can. Even there's a cool one called Vampire the Masquerade, which is a dark setting. Obviously, yes, as the name suggests, is based on vampires, and it's a really cool concept in that the vampires, and please, I only know the basics, so if I'm wrong and you know more about it, please correct me. But the vampires exist in the world and have for a long time. And the game concept is there's different clans and things and different style of vampires, from the, classic royalty vampires, with it old and rule the thing, to young anarchist vampires that sort of just want to live their lives, so do whatever the hell they want. And the masquerade is what they call it, is the hidden thing from humanity. They want to stay hidden from humanity. And if you threaten that masquerade, as in jeopardize the hidden aspect of the vampire world or culture, then you're frowned upon and you're taken down, which I think is a really cool concept. I have never really played the game fully, but I think it's a really cool concept, and I want to play it one day. But I bought the books, the core rule book, because I just like to collect it, and I just think it's not what I want to do. So yeah, that's what I think. Is there any that you collect or play, or give me? I find like D&D, like we played D&D at our house yesterday with our group of friends, and I loved that because it was such a fun experience. And I love playing with friends that are regular and you can just chill. Like, we had a great time. Yesterday was a little bit different in that I DM'd, which I used to DM all the time. I'm not very good at it, but I DM'd a one shot for the group, and I based it on the setting of the Wizard of Oz, so the Land of Oz. And it was so cool. Like, it was fun because the guys did it in terms of they created characters in the D&D setting that were a boy band. So it was really cool. So they created four male bards that were in a boy band, and it was cool. And so aside from that, the setting I used was based on the Wizard of Oz, so it's fifth ed compatible. 5e compatible. And I didn't realize how much there was to the Land of Oz, the Wizard of Oz world. Because apparently, like most people, I just assume it was the movie, with Judy Garland, I think, which is a great movie. One from my childhood, obviously made long before I was born, but still part of everyone's childhood, and I loved it. But apparently, and I didn't know this until I got this setting and researched it, but there's actually like 14 books written in the Oz world setting, and it's actually like it's not dark, but it's got adult themes, and I love that. So now as a result, I want to buy the books and read them. So the idea was, this guy, my group created 4 bards in this boy band called and it was all take on names. I can't remember what it was called. No Sync. Obviously a rip-off of NSYNC. And so I generated a one-shot using ChatGPT, the savior. And there was an opposing boy band called Tin Directions, which is so funny. And it was great. Like my groups got so into it, and they like the whole one-shot campaign was. There was a battle of the bands between them and Tin Directions to become the main boy band of Oz. And it was so funny because my group actually got in and sang, and our normal DM, he's poor bloke, he's a forever DM. I know what that's like until this group, but yeah, he really got into it, and they all sang songs that they generated off AI, but it was funny because they were funny themes, and even they got real songs, and they got ChatGPT to put D&D related lyrics into it, and it was awesome. Very, very funny. See how this is looking, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. Is it going to be too high by the time it gets to there? I don't know. Keeps going up at this angle. No, I think that'll be fine. It'll do. Okay, I need to get back up there. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Oh, bugger. Got ender pearls for this exact reason. But I'm lazy, and it means changing things on my hotbar. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and if you haven't done it before, I do recommend it. D&D or any of those sorts of activities. Now this is going to spawn stuff in there, isn't it? But I guess it's no different to normal stuff being able to spawn. If anything falls down, it's going to be picked up by the carts and theoretically burnt in the lava thing, which is cool. So it won't matter if I drop stuff down here. I don't think. Do I spawn proof this somehow? I don't know. I was thinking about, building and how I need to improve and want to improve. And I was thinking to myself, the biggest problem I have is learning the colors and schemes. Now, as you gathered and I've said, I don't believe in sticking to rules in Minecraft. I don't believe in set palettes or builds have to be certain things at all. So I guess my issue is I don't always become aware or remember about all the blocks and block colors and types that are available. So if you know of a website or a graph or something that's easy to visualize to see all the different types of blocks and colors and plants and everything in Minecraft, let me know. Because, for example, I love acacia wood. It's one of my favorite types of wood. This and the new pale oak and cherry wood would have to be my top 3. Like without doubt, would have to be my top 3. Probably gonna need a lot more of them, aren't I? top 3 types and colours of wood. I think they're the best. I like the others. Like even birch. You know, the amount of grief that birch gets. Like, I think they're all cool. And as I said to you many times before, hashtag all blocks are beautiful. Because they are. All blocks in this game are beautiful. It's just how you use it. And it's a matter of interpretation. It's a matter of style and taste and how you like to do things. This farm, for example, has been here for so long. And yet, since building this initially, have done nothing with it. And that's what I like to do. Like, I get in this state where I like to have access to availability to all blocks. Like, I envy those people who start worlds and can build things with just oak, for example, and stone and the basics. I just don't do that. I don't know why. I guess it's a weird thing. I don't know. But again, I guess it could relate to that. What I said before is I don't give a damn about building quote unquote realistically at all. I mean, look, is this realistic? This block? No. I mean, all more power to those who do that. Full, credit. The ability I'm in awe of. It's just not the way I play. Oh, one of the things I wanted to bring up too was, I need to go over what data packs I have installed and what mods I use. Now, I do not like mods, but I use a few basic ones, more for quality of life than anything. Like, for example, this resource pack, which I now am so used to, I don't remember what normal Minecraft looks like. I'm going to have to kill him because he's never going to spawn otherwise, is he? But there's the world map ones. You know how, like, the mini map in the corner? Now, I don't want to use the mini map. But I like the world map concept for example, waypoints. Do I use that? I don't know. I don't know. I like the idea of it, but at the same time I don't. I did download them and have a look and it works. I just don't know if I should try it or not. Because it's the type of mod that it doesn't change the game. Like, I don't want to create blocks that aren't part of the game. I don't want to do things that aren't... I was going to say part of the game, but I guess it does do something that's not part of the game. But to me, it's a more quality of life thing because it just helps me to see what's around me, where I've been, where things are. Which you can do perfectly well in some regards, but harder without. So, is it really changing things? Like, if it just makes things easier, is it really changing things? Okay, he's going to be able to come up here soon, isn't he? We'll see. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Let me reiterate. I don't like mods. I don't play modded Minecraft. I don't like mods that quote unquote change the game. The only data packs and mods that I will use is purely quality of life to make things quicker and easier that you could do anyway, but that may save time or hassle or effort. You know, things like a classic one of the data packs I got is double shulkers. Oh my god, what the heck? No. No. He should not be in here. Now, obviously, I've never seen that before. And he has fallen in there. So what I'm going to have to do is strip the rest of this. Actually, I'm going to sleep so that these guys go away. I'm going to have to clear that mountain away so that they can't just fall into that, because that's obviously the issue. Let's have a sip. Okay, right. I might fly away quickly just to make sure that they've despawned. Even though this... Oh, nope. That was interesting. I was in the Nether yesterday, and I built a... What was it that I built? The Frog-Light Farm. And there was a chicken jockey, but it was a piglin, zombie piglin on an orange chicken. It was the coolest thing I ever saw. I got a screenshot of it. Oh, see, I need to fix that. Oh, that annoys me. Yeah, and I thought, far out, I wish I had a name tag on me. I could have kept it. But, so be it. Not far to go now. This is going to end on an odd number. I just know my luck. Again, not that I care. Because symmetry, who cares? I don't abide by it. If it... Oh, no. Actually, it is odd. I might just go at 3. Just to cover it that way. And I'll just go around here like this for now. So that I can just drop down and put that there. And I will add a little bit more, decorated support and things. But I don't want to drag this out too long. It's already been, what? Wow, 26 minutes. This is why, I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut episodes and edit too much. It's one of my least favorite things is editing. But is this too boring? I mean, I don't think so because I have something to talk about. And I think if I was recording it and I wasn't talking, I'd probably edit those parts out and cut them out. But yeah, it's been edited. And I am going to cut this out or finish the recording once this initial part's done. And any other stuff I do with supports or, decorate, I will figure out as I go along. Okay. Now, is this going to... Oh, yep, perfect. Excellent. That works out well. Let's bring up the... Actually, you don't really need to just fly down here like this. And pillar up again with something. Look, it's basic, but it's what I'm after. So I'm going to do some more in between episodes. So just, maybe put some more lighting or raise it up, make it look a bit better and clear all this extra bit out around the edge so zombies can't fall in there anymore. And yeah, go from there. But thank you very much for joining me for this episode. Come back next time. Please leave a comment and let me know how I'm going. Is it enjoyable so far or boring or what? Keep engaged. But all right, guys, thank you very much for joining me and I will catch you next time. So bye-bye.